Hey guys, Martin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so we are still patiently awaiting news for the Golden Week celebration of 2025, and I wanted to go over all of the information that we have. I made a video the other day talking about the teaser from last year, the producer letter from last year, and essentially trying to make as best of an educated guess as possible as to when Golden Week was officially going to start. We talked about like when the Golden Week celebration itself actually in Japan begins, because obviously this celebration in Dokkan is named after and because of an actual celebration in Japan. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out, but obviously it's been a couple of days now. We know that, we haven't seen anything yet. In that video, I did say that I didn't think we would see anything till as early as Friday, but that was going off of the prediction that Golden Week was going to start on the 29th, which is when the festival actually starts in Japan. Now, there's a couple of things that have come to light that I've seen. There's a post from Rick, one of the data miners that I've talked about in the past, that usually has good insights that we're going to take a look at. So there's been a few different things. I know a few people were really hoping that we were going to get news today. I know Truth said that he was potentially expecting news today, which is one of those things, obviously, that whenever he says something, it obviously is heard and then sort of repeated by a lot of people and then kind of spreads around, and then people will build up expectations of like, oh yeah, we're getting something today, like I heard. But we'll see why. We can go over his post here as well and see the reasonings. But we're going to go over all the information that we have right now. And I do think we could see something as early as tomorrow now, because if we take a look back, this was the post from last year. We talked about this in the previous video. This was posted on the 22nd for me at 3 AM, right? So if you're in the US, this was on the 21st. It would have been like 10 PM EST and then like 7 PM PST. So the evening of the 21st, this was tweeted out. Now, obviously, here we are now on the 23rd, and we still haven't had any information. Now, the thing is, with all the stuff that we're going to look at in total, I think we're probably not going to get this kind of like hint, like teaser, sort of clue type thing. Because one thing that stands out is with the amount of days between the posts that were made last year, I feel like if we were going to get a post like this, we should have seen it already. But also the fact that, like, if you think about last year, we did get one of those hint posts for Saiyan Day, right? It was the tweet of just a silhouette of a hand, and obviously that was the hint for the Big Bang Attack Vegeta, who we then got for Saiyan Day. They did not do that this year for Saiyan Day. We didn't get any sort of like hint or anything. We literally just got the release of the Kid Goku. Obviously it was leaked by iSeriously, which is another thing to bear in mind, the fact that that could just happen for the Golden Week stuff. But yeah, they didn't do a teaser for Saiyan Day, so it's at this point I think too late for them to be doing any cryptic hints, given the timeline that we're going to look at here in the next couple of posts. Because we got the data, the producer letter. Apparently the data download or the Twitter info for the actual units was only like a few hours after this, and this was posted on the 24th in the morning for me, which would have been the evening of the 23rd, right? And obviously that's where we are now. So this same post, basically with this same timeline, could be what we see this year, right? Because literally it'll be 3 AM for me tomorrow, but it'll be obviously this evening today for you if you're in certain parts of the US. We see the producer letter. Now, the reason for that is, and the reason for the accelerated timeline, because like I say, I thought that we were potentially going to see something on Friday, because of the number of days in between the different releases, going by the idea that Golden Week would start on the 29th. But if we take a look, this is a post from Truth that kind of started, I guess, this whole thing off of people, a lot of people in the stream this morning saying like, oh, we're getting news today, right? Mentioning this in videos for a few days now. I expect we could see info a Golden Week starting the 22nd, which is tomorrow. Obviously this was posted on the 21st. The 22nd was yesterday, so of course didn't age well here. Very good chance, I think, tomorrow night we see producer letter revealing the Dual Dokkan Fest. Golden Week every year is not the last day of the month like usual Dokkan Fest, but a few days earlier. So I think we will see the Dual Dokkan Fest live in-game probably on the 25th. Yeah, also I seriously could just leak it at any time too, I suppose. So bear in mind that the 25th is Friday. So I don't think the banners are going to drop as early as Friday, especially because we'll go over the details in the Rick tweet here where it goes over some of the in-game stuff. But we do have this thing, right, which someone mentioned in the chat in stream today. A follow-up, since people keep mentioning when the sales end. Sales end on the 26th. So we're definitely seeing the Dual Dokkan Fest any day now. We'll see it before the weekend. Now, obviously, this was posted on the 22nd. So it was a day after this original tweet. Because this is a big thing, right? The sales don't end until the 26th. Or it's like the 27th for me in the morning. So there's no way. Like, we know that Dokkan sometimes will go like a day or half a day or sometimes even a day and a half. Usually not longer than that with no sales active. But normally, especially when it comes to big celebrations with something like Golden Week, Tanabata, even like the anniversary worldwide, they don't start when previous celebrations are still going on, right? So if the sales in the game are going up until the 26th, which is, I guess, is this Japan or is this US time or Japan time? Then obviously the new celebration can't start before then. Right, so there's literally zero chance that the units are coming out on Friday, right? The celebration will not start on Friday because the previous celebration hasn't already finished. So now if we take a look at this, this is probably the best like information we have here from our boy Rick. So I think Golden Week will start at some point on the 28th Japan time. So that will potentially be the morning of the 28th for me, late in the evening of the 27th if you're in the US, because Japan is obviously ahead of both of us. The UK is ahead of America by 5 to 8 hours, depending on the time zone you're in the US. But there's usually at least a 24-hour period where sales aren't active, right, like we just said. So if the sales are going to end on like the 27th my time, then the next celebration starting on the 28th makes sense. But a login bonus is always up nowadays. The current login bonus ends on the 28th Japan time, 27th in America. It'll be the morning of the 28th for me. So this is the big thing, right? We know that with every celebration, we get the daily login bonus, and it's just a given, right? Every celebration has it, and it's usually not anything special. It is the typical, like, you just get a stone and some training items or something every day. It's not even anything that we would really consider special, because every celebration does it, but it's still a thing that's, like, advertised as part of the celebration, right? It's like the daily login bonus campaign, and it lasts for the entirety of the celebration. So again, this comes back to realistic expectations of when stuff is going to drop. If the login bonuses are still going all the way up until the 27th, which is Sunday, then realistically there's no way that the next celebration will start before then. Like if the celebration started on Friday or even Saturday or Sunday, it means we would have a new celebration which would have its own daily login bonus thing, which would then be going at the same time. So you'd log in and you'd get your daily login bonus for Golden Week, and you'd get your daily login bonus for the April celebration because it technically hasn't finished yet, right? Which is something that they don't ever do. So with the in-game celebration going up until the 28th for Japan and the UK and the 27th for the US, that pretty much means that the earliest that the celebration could start is Monday. Now, it says here, I do think we'll get news this week very soon. If nothing else, I think we'll see data download on Thursday night / Friday morning, since they have to do it before the next lock-in bonus starts, but they don't usually do data downloads over the weekend. So this is the big thing, right, is that they don't do data downloads over the weekend, which means if the celebration is going to start on Monday, because that's when the previous, like the celebration we're in now, technically ends, then in order for them to be able to start the celebration on Monday, the data download has to be on Friday, because they don't do data downloads at the weekend. So if the data download is going to be Friday, and bear in mind now we are here at Wednesday with no news, that means that the reveal either has to be tomorrow morning and then the data download is the next day, or they're going to do something which they have done in the past, but it's fairly rare, where they just drop all the news and the data download like at the same time. And I've seen some different comments from people, like there's been some jokes about the fact that obviously the big AGL Gogeta like leak from the anniversary, with Gogeta being in the data download and everybody getting to see him before like any of the part 2 stuff was even announced. That was like a big thing, and so maybe now they're deliberately trying to keep stuff held back for like as long as possible, because they know that as a community we see all the stuff that's in the data download. So there is a possibility that if the data download is Friday morning, they don't announce anything until Friday morning. However, we've seen with the last couple of celebrations, like with the stuff with like Cell and PyCon and all that kind of stuff, they haven't been doing like last second data downloads. I know this celebration that we're in currently is not something as big or as hype for the game as like Golden Week usually is, but I don't think they will do that whole like just drop everything, like push it all out at the same time. So that means that realistically we should see a news post tomorrow. This video is going to go up at 2 p.m. UK time. So based on the times that we normally see of these posts, right, like the times that this stuff gets posted, that means that the news post on Twitter should be 13 hours after this video goes live. And then I reckon we'll just get a post just like this, like a proper producer letter, and then potentially even the unit details a few hours later, because the unit details are normally tweeted out in the time slot that's like 6 hours after this, and then the data download will be 24 hours after this. So this video goes up, 13 hours later we get something like this. A few hours after that we just get the actual details and animations, and then the data download is on Friday. The crazy thing about that is we normally get the details on Twitter and stuff like 2 days before the unit comes out. So if we get the details posted on Thursday, data download on Friday, and then we have to go through the whole weekend and then the stuff comes out on Monday. So it'll be a slightly longer pause between details getting posted and stuff actually coming out. But that seems to be the most logical. I mean, I guess we're already straying into dangerous territory there, because Dokkan doing things that are logical or things that make sense is not something that we see all that often. But the most logical prediction at this point now is that we will see something posted on the social medias 13 hours after this video goes up, with the look ahead to Golden Week officially starting and the banners coming out on Monday the 28th, because that is when everything in game, the login bonuses, I think the Kai banner that's up at the moment goes up to that point as well. So all of this stuff going on in the game at the moment all ends around that time, and so then Monday is when the celebration should officially begin. But hopefully we will find that out in 13 hours or so's time. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. How do you feel about the idea? Because again, with this closed like timeline, with the data download potentially being Friday, like I say, there's not really any time for them to do like any cryptic hint posts and stuff. And as I say, we didn't get one for Saiyan Day this year. So what are your thoughts on these like hint posts? Do you like these kind of things? Are you disappointed that we haven't had one for a little while? Let me know your thoughts on those down below in the comment section. And of course, let me know what you would like to see for Golden Week. I'm going to do another video for today, going up a little bit later, going over what a Dimer Golden Week could actually look like in terms of characters for the Dual Dokkan Fest and all that kind of stuff. So do keep an eye out for that one, and let me know all your thoughts on Golden Week down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.